Now we come to karma. Ramana explained that karma belongs only to the ego, not to the self. Karma means action, consequence, cause and effect, the chain of becoming. But ask carefully, who performs action? The body moves, the mind thinks, but the feeling I am doing, that is the ego. Ramana said, karma exists only so long as there is the doer. This is the key. Without the sense of personal doership, karma has no foundation. Just as a shadow depends on a body standing in light, karma depends on the ego idea, I am this person.
Ramana Maharshi never encouraged complicated metaphysical definitions. When asked about Māyā, he simplified it. Māyā is only the mind. This statement contains the entire Advaita Vedanta. Māyā is not an external cosmic illusion floating somewhere in space. It is not a magical force separate from you. Māyā is misidentification, the mistake of taking oneself to be the body-mind instead of pure awareness. When the self is forgotten, the world appears real. When the self is known, Māyā disappears without needing destruction. He often compared Māyā to a rope mistaken for a snake, a dream mistaken for waking reality, a movie projected onto a screen. The snake never needed killing, only correct seeing. Similarly, Māyā never truly exists, it only appears due to ignorance, avidya.
Yes, according to Ramana's teaching, karma is also Māyā. But this truth must be understood correctly. There are two levels of reality. One, relative reality, vyavaharika. Here, the world appears real, actions produce results, ethics and responsibility matter, karma operates. For the seeker who identifies with body and mind, karma is unavoidable. 2. Absolute reality, paramarthika. Here, only the self exists, no individual exists, no action occurs, no karma binds. Ramana said, from the standpoint of truth, no one is born, no one acts, no one is liberated. This is radical, not liberation, but the absence of bondage. Ramana frequently used the dream example. Imagine, you dream you are traveling, working, suffering, earning merit and sin. Inside the dream, karma feels real, consequences appear inevitable. But when you wake up, all dream karma vanishes instantly. You do not need to solve dream problems after awakening. Similarly, enlightenment is not fixing karma, it is waking from the dreamer.
A famous question asked to Ramana, if karma is unreal, why does the sage still experience life? Ramana explained using the analogy of a burnt rope. A burnt rope looks like a rope, but cannot bind anything. For the realized one, past karma, prarabdha, may continue the body's movements, but there is no sense of ownership. Actions happen like wind moving leaves. The sage does not think, I act. Instead, actions happen in consciousness. Ramana reduced all spiritual struggle to one illusion, the belief, I am the doer. This single thought creates karma, rebirth, suffering, fear, desire, spiritual seeking itself. Remove the doer, karma collapses. He said, find out who the doer is, then karma will end. Not by stopping action, not by renouncing the world, but by investigating the I. Ramana's direct method was Atma Vichara, self-inquiry. The practice is simple but profound. Whenever a thought arises, ask, to whom does this arise? Answer, to me. Then ask, who am I? attention turns inward. The ego cannot survive this investigation because it has no independent existence. It is like a thief pretending to be a policeman. When examined, it disappears. When the ego dissolves, no doer remains, no karma remains, no bondage remains.
Here comes the deepest paradox. Even spiritual effort belongs to Māyā. Meditation, practice, discipline all occur within the dream of individuality, but they are useful illusions. Ramana compared them to using a thorn to remove another thorn. After removal, both are discarded. Practice removes ignorance, then practice itself dissolves. Many believed karma determines destiny absolutely. Ramana corrected this misunderstanding. He said, grace is always present. Grace is not something given later. Grace is the self itself. Karma binds only the imagined individual. When surrender happens, I am not the doer. Grace burns karma like fire burns cotton. From Ramana's highest standpoint, there is no world separate from self. There is no individual soul. There is no bondage. There is no liberation. Only pure awareness exists. He declared, the self alone is real. The world, the individual, and God are appearances in it. Even karma appears within this awareness like waves on the ocean. The ocean is never affected by waves.
People become confused because Ramana spoke differently depending on the seeker's level. To beginners, practice, purify mind, follow Dharma. To mature seekers, inquire into the self. To the ripe disciple, nothing has ever happened. These are not contradictions, they are stages of understanding. What does life look like when karma ends? Not withdrawal, not passivity, rather action without anxiety, movement without ownership, love without attachment, silence within activity. The sage acts like a mirror, reflecting everything, holding nothing. The deepest statement implied in Ramana Maharshi's teaching is this: you are not bound by karma because you were never the doer. The self does not act, does not change, does not accumulate karma. It merely is. Just as the screen is untouched by the movie, awareness is untouched by life's events. So the question, if everything is Māyā, is karma also Māyā? Ramana's silent answer would be, yes, karma is Māyā, but the one asking the question is also Māyā. Find the questioner. When the questioner disappears, the question dissolves. What remains is pure being. Ramana rarely gave long explanations. Often he simply said, be still and know the self. Stillness does not mean inactivity. It means the end of psychological movement, the end of becoming. In that stillness, karma loses meaning. Time dissolves. Seeker and sought become one.
You do not escape karma by changing actions. You transcend karma by discovering the actor is unreal. You do not destroy Māyā. You awaken from it. You do not become the self. You realize you never were anything else. Remain with the feeling, I am. Trace it to its source. There, beyond Māyā and karma, beyond birth and death, shines the silent truth that Ramana embodied, the truth that cannot be spoken but only be.